Hello, this is Rebecca, DTI Academy Manager at Digital Thinker. In this video, I am going to share some tips and items to consider when deactivating users in Hexagon EAM. As a system administrator, you may be tasked with deactivating users. Some organizations use a feature in EAM to revoke users due to industry regulations. This is dependent on the GDPR/OPTN install parameter. Revoking permanently removes the record and all references to it. It is important to note that revocation is irreversible, so if you are curious if this option is right for you, feel free to reach out to the Digital Thinker team. As you can see, revocation is turned off in this environment. So let's review some tips to remove EAM access for a user. Over the years, I have learned that EAM administrators approach user deactivation in different ways. So this video is to share some tips and items to consider. First, you will want to start by updating the user ID expiration date. The date must be greater than or equal to today's date. The password expiration date cannot be greater than the user ID expiration date, so I typically enter the same date for both. Next, you can deselect the EAM product and reporting options. Since Maya was a requester, I will go ahead and uncheck requester. Updating the expiration dates prevents the user from logging in, but I like to deselect the products and reporting options to help with managing users and licensing. Another item to consider is updating the user group. There is a default user group called R5 Default. This user group has a blank menu. This is an added layer of security, and by adding all inactive users to this user group, it allows me to easily filter by the user group field to differentiate between active and inactive users. Before I continue, depending on the user setup, you may be prompted to deselect other user settings before proceeding. I like to set up an audit on updates to the user group field. Auditing some user fields may be something to consider. I also add a comment noting who requested the user update and any additional information that may be useful. Now, some EAM administrators will delete organizations, departments, etc. for the user, while I typically leave those intact. But it is important to consider the impact of deactivating a user. For example, is there an employee record associated with the user that needs to be marked out of service? If so, are any equipment or work orders assigned to the employee? Or perhaps does the user employee need to be removed from any approval workflows? I encourage you to develop a SOP to aid in user management. We would love to hear how you manage users in Hexagon EAM. So please share your process or any tips in the comments below. Thank you.